be consistent. There's some discussions going on in the back of the room. If you can take it out. Thank you. All right, please continue.
So yeah, so timing, I have to get back to you on that, but we, again, to build the facility, it's gonna be probably, what, John, 15, 16 months for sure, at the minimum, so you're looking at that, and then any time we can, lead up to that, so, I would like to just kind of put that on hold, but the sooner the better, I think, is my wish, but there's a lot of things that gotta line up for that to happen, so.
Council.
So, the abatement of 50%, how long does that last? Is that something that you negotiate with us?
So through the chair, I think in ours, it's 12 years.
Up to.
Up to.
So it can be 6 years, it can be 8 years, it's a negotiation.
I want to say the one in Brownstown we had was 8, I want to say, when we first started, and that was through Ashley Capital, so it really wasn't directly with me, but I want to say it was an 8-year. So it just depends. It's flexible with you guys.
Through the chair, we have like a checklist depending on what they do. It says, okay, they're qualified for this many years. However, the council has the right to come after that, however they choose.
What is the current assessed value of the property? Do you have a rough idea? We have the current assessed value because it's undeveloped.
Undeveloped, $34 million is what it's going to cost to build it. So,
But, right, what did you buy the property for?
the land and everything, because there's some residential, $1.5 million, I think.
So this will go from $1.5 million assessed value to $34 million. So, roughly not 34 times increase, but certainly quite a increase. Any further discussion from the council?
Sure.
Council.
So I'm trying to think exactly where that is, but there's no residential neighborhoods around it now. This is all in the industrial side, we're calling, right?
Yes.
What's the northern street and southern street? It's along Inkster.
No, it's on North Line, between Beach and Easter. So on the north side of Beach.
Okay.
Through the chair, there was an old brick home there that was part of the purchase, but that has been torn down and removed. But there is, I think it was in agricultural at one point, but then it was changed to,
Yeah, years ago.
but it's kind of almost in the middle between Inkster and Beach Daily, and it would be on the north side of the street.
So, yeah, my recollection is everything along that North Line corridor, actually including the golf course, was zoned industrial, and then going west, and then it's south. Basically, the stuff that you've seen develop. So and that goes back, I think, to the 60s. So that was always this is all already zoned. Are you looking for? Do we have to rezone any of the parcels?
Through the chair, no, it's already zoned.
All right, so to that point, Ray, if besides this discussion, they would not have to come before us. Right, if what you're planning on building conforms, right, then, so certainly that has come up in previous discussions where people want to build something where we didn't intend.
Currently, they're zoned properly for this facility, and they're just going to request the Act 198 range. Yep. So probably at the next meeting, we'll have something, and then council can review and determine how they want to proceed.
All right. Any further discussion? If not, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Witten, supported by Councilman Johnson, to receive and file the presentation. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Yes, it's have motion carried. Item 7.3 is a motion to approve Old Republic paid through Nickel and Sap Incorporated City Agent of Record for general liability automobile physical damage, unlimited personal injury protection, no fault, liquor liability, employee benefits, primary public officials, and employer-related practices liability coverage in the amount not to exceed $843,724 for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025, funded through general fund.
Or,
Motion by Councilman Johnson, supported by Councilwoman Brandana. Is there any discussion?
Chairman,
Councilman?
I guess I would ask, when was the increase budgeted? Did we account for any kind of increase in budget? carrier, and then we present those with claims history and what narratives we can create. One example this year is that the police chief provided a great summary about the recent new practices adopted by the department. We included that in the summary that we used in our marketing this year to the carriers. We also, this past year, finished a multi-year effort to do a detailed physical inventory of all the city's buildings, contents, and property in the open. Maybe you've seen those reports by HCA Asset Management Company. We've hired an independent contractor to come out and inspect for two purposes, to make sure that we're capturing, three purposes, to make sure we're capturing all of the insurable